Heyyaa everyone, Chimmie is back. Last time we've talked about basic build and decor. If you have already know the basic, we can continue here. If you haven't, feel free to check it out first. We will go in depth of building and decor now, since it is needed some updates too. I've learned so many things after making that video, so we will talk about that now. Okay, first is the newest addition, undo function. It's finally here. In my opinion, it is great function when we regret editing some structures or misplaced furniture, and it is so handy to just undo it into the last placement. Number 2, furniture and structure advanced settings. Ever feel frustrated wanting to specifically place some railings but it just won't snap in place? Say, calm down, I got you. This is actually kind of tricky, since sometimes it will work instantly but some other time it just won't. In general, some of the most important settings to adjust are collision, snapping, and placement range. I will break down about collision first. No collision is free estate. You can place pretty much everywhere with no collision. If you allow floating too, it will be more free to place everywhere, even in mid-air. Ground only is when you want the object to dismiss ground, and for some structure and furniture it won't collide or pass through. It is best if you get easily bothered with tiny gap on furniture and ground or floor. Sometimes I will just make it pass through the floor to not make them look floating. Yes, it is my ick to see tiny gap on floor and furniture. Ew. Last is all collision. I used to only set everything on this and almost lost my mind. This is the most strict and unnegotiable placement. The structure and furniture can only be placed on allowed space provided for them. Yikes. Which not many option if I recall. Some of the structures need specific setting in my opinion. For example, for post railings, best to go with ground only collision plus no snapping. But for the railings, it is best with ground only plus snapping, so it will attach itself to the post for precise placement. For range, keep in mind to set close for everything that's small in size, or when working in tight area, choose far for working with big tree or big structure, and for wide area, mid is just in between those. Also, range is mostly just to adjust how far you can select the object, but feel free to select what works best for you, since sometimes it's depend on what you want to achieve, and be free to create it. Number 3 is free rotate and free resize. We can finally free adjust rotation, but sadly it will only unlock on level 5 and 6 construction, which is quite far. And to activate this, just set 3-axis rotation and resize 2 on. You can now toggle them and be more creative. Number 4, coloring. I haven't talked about coloring because it was the least on my priorities, so now we will include it here. At first, we will only got some color options, but along the construction leveling up, we will get more option on colors. First, we need to buy the formula at Fosi and create it on crafting table. After that, you don't need to create it anymore. Just buy it with extra lights, but it is really neat a lot, so be prepared. Also, we need to have the sketch to unlock the colors, okay? Number 5 is floating and gliding fusion. These fusion abilities are handy. For example, Floating are best when we need extra space or platform to edit certain structure, or when we just don't have any space left for footing. Best for placing decor in window or high place that's unreachable. And gliding is best when building and editing roof. Also to inspect everything from high point view. Bonus tips: we can actually buy seeds, small fish, animal cookies, and even paints without going back and forth to Posey, even no need to use teleport. On each abilities, we can buy them directly. We can even buy sketches at Animal Lodge. So going to Posey for me is just when I want to sell or leveling up. So convenient, right? I guess that's the in-depth for now. I think Infold will be updating more in the future for more details in building, since they are asking about our opinion in recent survey. Personally, I hope they will add grid system because I really need those in here. Okay, enough yep from me. I hope this helped to create your dream home island in Infinity Key. Thanks for watching. Chimmie's out now. Bye bye.